wanted to do a sort of reading vlog, so I decided to go to the park this morning and have a little bit of reading time there. I have this arc, Sage and King by Molly Ringwald. I've had this arc on NetGalley that I was really interested in. The cover was beautiful. It's a short novella, it's about 200 pages. This is the story of a prince who becomes a king by a very unfortunate event. He's taken to a place called Heartwood. That's where they train people who have magical abilities. Being a king, you have to know that this place exists and what they do there. So the king goes there for a month and he starts to ask questions and he learns things about magic and all that. I'm not really enjoying it. This isn't going as I was expecting. I would say that the magic is really interesting. It's related to plants and nature. I really enjoy that, but the writing style and the romance, I just have a hard time believing it. The writing is almost trying too hard to be medieval, but also at the same time being quite modern. And then the romance is just, I don't know, it just went from 0 to 100 and I don't know how that came about. There was really very little build up and then they just like fall in love. I don't like how fast this is going just because there was no build up properly done, and I think in a novella it's totally possible to do that. I don't feel the connection between those two main characters and I really don't like their interactions. The romance is a little bit cringy to me. There's a few sentences I don't really like either. I don't know, I'm just not enjoying it, but since I only have 100 pages left or something, I will finish it today. I would DNF it, but because it's for NetGalley and it's short, I just wanna be able to have like a full review. Today is quite of a gloomy day, so it's actually really nice to read. I usually like to write my review a few days after I read the book. I like to give it some time for me to reflect on my feelings, and also that way I can go on Goodreads and read other reviews and see if I missed some things or if what I've been thinking about the book resonate in other readers. So my review usually will be up about 3 days after I finish a book, but I tend not to leave it for too long just because I will forget things I want to say. So here I'm also adding my review to a few of the websites than just Goodreads. I do that for some books, but not all of them. Last night I finished Sage and King and I just didn't like it. It wasn't for me. So if I didn't explain it very well before, basically it's about a new king. Something traumatic happens and he has to go to this place called Heartwood to be taught about magic. In this world, magic is like limited. It's allowed, but it's really frowned upon depending on which kingdom you're in. And so in his kingdom, it is really frowned upon and you're not really free to practice magic. And so he goes to this place and he meets this sage who will teach him just the basics, because as a king he has to know what is going on and at least understand how magic works and all that. The magic system in this book is really the best part. I really enjoyed how connected to nature it was. It's based on plants and flowers that you can touch or eat or use as an oil treatment, and you can draw magic from that. But that's basically it for me. Everything else I just didn't enjoy. I did found the writing to be really cheesy and over the top. Everything is really spelled out for you. So really nothing is left to the imagination or even to the common sense. So, and I believe it comes out on May 18th if you want to check it out, but I don't recommend it. So then I have this book, An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. So here's the thing, is that what I read was a romance, and I know this is also a romance. I am a little bit bummed out, so I don't know. I really hope I will enjoy this one. I will try to read some of it today, and I'll come back with more of my thoughts. And now I can go ahead and review the book on NetGalley, because this was an ARC provided by NetGalley and the publisher. And I usually tend to be a bit more thorough with those reviews just because I was provided with a free copy of the book. So I just want to make sure that I give a well-rounded feedback. So here's gonna be my last update for this vlog. Over the weekend I finished An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. So the story is that there's this painter who is really well known for her craft. Fays from all of the courts go to her to get their portraits done. So one day she gets the visit of the Autumn Prince to get his portrait done, and she paints a human emotion on his face, which is a weakness in the Fae world. The prince gets extremely mad and sort of kidnaps her to take her to his court in order to have her tried for her crime, basically. It's not badly written, it's very flowery and lyrical, but it was just boring. Like, it was really boring. I thought we were going to go and see the Autumn Court and all that, but we don't even spend time there. We don't even know anything about the prince's life or like the people that he is surrounded by. So I don't know, it just felt very boring. Everything happened really fast. Yeah, I feel like I don't have much to say about it. I didn't feel that the struggle was believable. I didn't feel that the connection was believable. I didn't even feel that the characters were real. So it just felt so meh. I rated this book 2 stars. I had read her second book, which was Sorcery of Thorns, I think, and I liked it better than this one. And I was already kind of disappointed with that one, so it's interesting. But yeah, I think I liked that one better. I think the plot had much more going on for it, and the characters were a little bit more interesting. There was also more interaction, because there was very little interaction between the two main characters in this one. And I was like, I'm so bored. They spend all time together and they barely talk. There were like a few sentences that I didn't really like. I guess like sometimes the wording of some sentences, they really need to be looked at a little bit deeper in the editing process, just because I think There is other ways to say what you want without sounding offensive or ignorant. That's it for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed. Unfortunately, I didn't really like the books that I read, but it was cool to read two fantasy romance together. But I think I'm kind of burning out on having some romance plot in my books, so next time I'm gonna pick up a thriller. Anyway, let me know if you like that type of video, and I will hopefully have another one coming up soon. And thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.